Did you do number 10 too?
Yeah, the free response question?
Yeah, so
yep.
Right.
That's going to be a great practice problem, yeah. Again, this one is a calculator not permitted problem. So we have the graph of a function that's pictured to the right, and then another graph is defined by, another function, is defined by g of x. So A is identify the intervals along x-axis where h of x is greater than 0. So greater than, and it says explain your answer. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the reason. H of x is greater than 0 when h of x is above the x-axis. So it's greater than 0, all these spots, except for where it touches the x-axis. So we would say that goes from -5 to -1. Notice it's not including either one of those points because those are actually on the x-axis. And then -1 to 2, again, not including that. And then it looks like 4 to 5, and it doesn't include 5 because that's an open circle. If I had to guess, that's probably worth 2 points. Let's look down here and see. Yeah, 1 point is because it's saying it's above the x-axis, and then another point for the right intervals. Okay, B. If f of x equals blah, then what values of f of x equals g of h of 3? So let's start with g, let me get it over here. G of h of 3. So h of 3, I have to look at my graph. If I find h of 3, notice, is right here. That's at -4. So that's g of -4. And to figure out g of -4, I'm going to use this equation. So that's negative square root -4 plus 5, and then plus 2. So it's negative square root of 1 plus 2. Square root of 1 is 1, but then there's a negative in front of it. So g of -4 is 1. So that there's 1. So we want to know when that equation for f of x equals 1. So I have absolute value of 2x plus 1 minus 4 equals 1. Add 4, get the absolute value of 2x plus 1 equals 5. You can't have, well, you can have it equaling to a positive, so I have set it up to where I have 2x plus 1 equals 5, and then 2x plus 1 equals -5, because inside there could have been either one of those. Subtract 1, you get 2x equals 4, so x is 2. And subtract 1 here, I get x equals -6, or 2x equals -6, so x is -3. So there are your values. We're doing question 10, free response. Okay, so looking back over here, I do get -3 and 2, and then number 1 was how to find the g of h of 3. We got a point for that too. Okay, on the next one, the same grid as h of x, graph g of x. Then determine how many values of x can it be said that h of x equals g of x. Give a reason for your answer. So again, I can start with the reason. H of x equals g of x when the graphs intersect. So now we just need to graph g of x. If we look up here at g of x, it's a square root. So I got to know what the shape of the square root is. It's a negative out in front. So that negative means that g of x will, the parent graph of g of x reflects about the x-axis. So if it's a negative there, it just means it's going to flip. And then you have x plus 5 under the square root. So that means that the graph shifts left. It's plus 5, so it shifts left 5. And plus 2 on the end, so up 2. Now, it did not say that we had to say all that. But if you did say that, and somewhere there was something wrong, I could give, or something right, I should say. And if somewhere I could find something right, even though you end up with the wrong answer somewhere, I can give you a lot more partial credit than I could if you didn't put all that. So it wasn't required, but it's helpful. So I know it shifts to left 5 and up 2. So left 5, up 2. And I know it's supposed to go, it's supposed to go something like that. Now, it may be over it, it may be on it, I don't really know. I do know that the only point I'm going to have to worry about here is 1. That looks like it's the only point that could possibly touch it. So I'm going to plug 1 into this equation and see if I get 4. If I get 4, then I know they touch there. So g of 1, oh, did I already do g of 1? No, I didn't. G of 1 is negative square root of 1 plus 5. And then plus 2. So that's negative the square root of 6 plus 2. Okay, now this is a non-calculator problem. So let's think about this. I know that, did I do that right? Let me make sure I did that right first off. G of 1 is 5. There's a positive. Oh, shoot, y'all.
I was thinking about it.
Ah, why didn't you say something? I forgot to flip it. I was like, that's not looking right. So